Alright, what is going on, guys? I am back with the NBA Finals predictions video. I hope you guys have all been enjoying the NBA playoffs so far. I think that this year's playoffs has been just alright, to be honest, because I felt like the Warriors pretty much destroyed the entire Western Conference, and the Cleveland Cavaliers basically destroyed the Eastern Conference. So, I think we both knew that these teams were going to meet in the finals, but the road that they took to the NBA finals due to injuries and all that, I felt like it was just such an easy road for them to make it to the finals, and the Warriors made it to the finals so easily, and so did the Cavaliers. Cavs lost one game against the Celtics because LeBron James had a really bad game, but aside from that, both teams would have swept their entire conference, which would have been crazy. I think it's the first time in NBA history where both teams swept the conference and then met in the finals. But that didn't happen, so Cavs lost one game and Warriors swept the entire Western Conference. But anyways, that just goes to show that the competition for these two teams in their conference was very little. Okay, so yeah, aside from that, the NBA finals, the NBA playoffs this year was pretty decent. But anyway, let's get into the NBA finals prediction. So here we are. As you guys know, it's the Golden State Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And, last year I predicted that the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to win in the NBA Finals. And this year, I'm actually going to pick them again. Now, let me explain why real quick. I think that the Cavaliers are actually going to beat the Warriors. And the reason why is because the Warriors' style of play is extremely deadly, because they play small ball. They have like 5 players who can run up and down the court extremely fast. They can all play make. They can all score. They can all shoot from anywhere on the court, and they live and die by the 3 ball. And then they have Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, who are literally the best isolation scorers in the NBA right now. So they're such a good team, and basically in order to beat the Warriors, they would have to have a really off game. Now, when I say they would have to have an off game, what I mean is that, like, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant, 3 of like the best shooters in the NBA, basically would have to have off games. Okay, so the thing is that when the Warriors play all these teams on the Western Conference, they'll beat like every team that they play in the Western Conference, or most teams even in the entire NBA. They'll beat most teams easily because of their style of play. Now, a lot of bigs have trouble keeping up with the Warriors. So, they'll always get mismatches every time a big, like a center or a power forward gets switched on to one of the Warriors shooters, because Warriors would just get open threes on mismatches. And the centers, they can't guard from deep for the most part. That's why Warriors, they're really good at getting the mismatches. They're really good at draining the threes. They're really good at running the court and setting up for a 3, and that's really tough for teams who play for a regular team who has a very large power forward and center that is unable to keep up. So the thing is, I don't think that's going to be much of an issue for the Cavaliers. Just like how it was last year, it wasn't much of an issue for them. I think that the Cavaliers can actually play small ball very well. They have so many players that can match up with the Warriors. Kyrie Irving can match up with Steph Curry. They have J.R. Smith, who's also quick and athletic. They have obviously LeBron James, Kevin Love, who's quick on his feet as well for a big man. Tristan Thompson, who's actually an undersized big man, an undersized center, and he's very quick and athletic. So running up and down the court and guarding the 3-point line is not going to be an issue for any of these players. And I think that the Cavaliers, because they are able to run up and down the court and keep up with the Warriors, and they're also able to guard from the 3-point line in all 5 positions, that's going to make the Cavaliers match up with the Warriors extremely well. Now, this Warriors team is probably going to be a little more difficult than it was last year because Kevin Durant is here this time, and which means that the Warriors, they have more offensive power, less post defense, and rim protection, and less rebounding, because the Warriors did decrease in size as a team in order to acquire Kevin Durant. But in return, obviously, they got the best scorer in the NBA, and yeah, that was the trade-off. But I still think that the Cavaliers are going to win because Kyrie Irving always does very, very well against the Warriors. Every single game, he does extremely well against the Warriors. And I think that he's gonna do really well in this finals against the Warriors as well. And the crazy thing is that, you know, he just started playing well in the playoffs, like in the Eastern Conference Finals. Kyrie Irving hasn't really showed up at all in the postseason or in the playoffs yet. So he just started warming up, and he's been scoring a lot lately. So I think that he's gonna come into the finals and do extremely well, keep up with Steph Curry, and basically give the Cavaliers a huge push. I think that Kevin Love has been doing very well in the playoffs so far, and LeBron James has been playing the best playoff he's ever played in a while, and or maybe even ever. LeBron James has been insane in the playoffs. He's only actually had one bad game, and that was the only game that they lost to in the entire postseason to the Celtics. And so yeah, I mean, I think that this is going to be a great series. And I do think that the Cavaliers are going to take it because I think they can match up with the Warriors extremely well. And I also think that I think that they're going to match up with the Warriors extremely well in all positions. And because of that, I think that the Cavaliers have the edge. And they also have LeBron James, who I think is the best player in the NBA today. And I'm not a Cavaliers fan, but I'm just being realistic here. I think that he's such a good player. And I think that the Cavs are going to take the series. And if they win, I would say they'll win in 6 or 7 games. Probably in 7. But yeah, I wouldn't doubt it if they won in 6, because, you know, the Cavaliers did win last year in 7 at Golden State, which is pretty insane. So yeah, I mean, so that's that. Yeah, that's my NBA Finals prediction. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please don't forget to leave your thoughts below, like the video or dislike the video, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for everything, and I hope you guys enjoy the finals. Peace.